This is the Chief and Shawn show, and we are live in the 405.
We're not live, but we are back.
We're live.
No, we're not. We are back.
And we're live.
Weekly, not live.
We're sort of live.
Okay, to everyone listening, or,
the people who are listening.
the few that listen, here's the deal. Speed Society is going to be hosting all of these podcasts. You're going to be seeing a ton from these guys. How big are they, Shawn?
It's the biggest automotive website in the world, and, they got a lot of cool shit.
Yeah, we're stoked to be working with guys like that for sure. Anytime we can align ourselves with other huge automotive people, this is perfect. So,
also, stop listening now and go and like it and comment on it, and the sooner you do that, hopefully, the more podcast episodes you'll hear.
yeah, the Crow 405, Murder Nova, Midwest Streetcars. Like it, comment on us, tell us who you are, tell us why you listen to it. Keep this going, please. There are people that don't want this to keep going.
Yeah, there's people right now trying to put an end to this. They don't want us on the air.
And we got guys like Speed Society that want to help us keep it going. So
welcoming us.
Let's do it. Rock and roll. Help everybody out.
And while you're there, check it out. Their website's awesome.
Okay, we back. Here we are.
We are.
Chief and Shawn show. I know.
I know.
You know how
I
Look,
know?
I know because I know.
How you know?
How I know because I know. I know. I know.
I know.
I know. Yeah, so we've been screwing up.
Yeah.
Let's get it for real. We've been screwing this deal up. We haven't done the podcast like we're supposed to.
Like in a while.
Yeah, we felt like we just felt like we were getting too big. We felt like we were getting too big for our britches. We had gone from tens of listeners to 20s and 30s of listeners, maybe maybe even 100 listeners. And
We got to cut it back a little bit.
we had to cut it back. We were getting a little too big. We had to check y'all. We had to check it. So now I'm sure we're back to tens of listeners.
Yes, but the people who are listening now,
It's going to be our core group. It's
yes.
going to be our core group. And, they'll forgive us. Even though they don't want to forgive us, they'll forgive us. They'll get us. We'll be back in their good graces eventually. It's going to happen.
They're the ride or die podcast people.
Yeah, ride or die, right? That's who we want. We
Yeah.
want the ride or die stuff. So here we are. We got a lot to talk about.
We do. Or should.
Before we talk about it, though, we're going broke. These little trips and things that we've been taking, they're costing us a lot of money.
Yeah.
Let's face it.
Not working.
Let's face it, we're not working. All we're doing is racing
Yes.
and taking trips. So we're going broke. Help us out. Go online, MidwestStreetCars.com. Get you a shirt, get a hat, get you a bracelet, koozie, keychain.
I got a bracelet.
I wear a Murder Nova bracelet every day.
Mm-hmm.
Shawn wears a Crow Mod bracelet every day. It's because we're besties.
Yes.
That's how besties roll. The trick thing that we have now is we actually have the Hot Wheels cars. We have the small die cast scale
1/64th?
1/64th scale cars, like actual little cars.
They're pretty
Matchbox
sweet.
types cars. We got them. We have one of the Murder Nova. We have one of the Crow, the original Crow, the OG Crow.
Yes.
The packaging is amazing. It says on the front of them, I'm looking at the Murder Nova one right now, it says Shawn Ellington's Murder Nova die-cast metal body and chassis, limited edition. This thing it's ridiculous. It looks just like the Murder Nova. There's no doubt about it. It is the Murder Nova. And it has a little deal on the back, tells about Shawn, tells about where he grew up, how he got the car, what the car is, what motor, tranny, all that stuff. It's pretty legit little deal here, honestly. So those should be going up on the website today or tomorrow, I think.
I'm not sure. It depends on when Fanning.
There'll be new stuff coming.
Yeah.
New stuff. We just got them in stock, so they're in the shop here up front. If you want to come by and grab one, if you're not local, then we'll have them on the website. I think here in the next day or two. Anyway, keep an eye out for that. Maybe by the time the podcast goes live, I don't even know.
Yeah, they're pretty sweet though.
I don't even know.
Man, the Crow looks amazing.
The Crow
looks just like
legit. It looks like and it even says like the Crow on it. It says twin turbo and on the hood. I mean, it's the
It's the real deal, man.
It's hard to look at. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's sad. it's sad because that car doesn't exist anymore. So you could get a piece of history.
It exists in my mind.
Yeah, I think on the next Murder Nova diecast car, that should be a button on top, and just like it's when you hit the button, it like shakes the tires.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I think that we should have that. I mean,
but it's built into where even if you're rolling these around on the ground, it will shake as you roll it.
yeah.
Once you move it like 3 or 4 inches, it starts shaking.
You hit the button, and that like starts the race, right? And then once you move it 3 or 4 inches, then all of a sudden it just starts shaking the back.
Doors
of it.
pop open and stuff. Yeah.
God, that'd be great.
Yeah,
that would be great. Wouldn't that be?
It would be legit.
Then that would be a legit ass car. That would be awesome. So those should be up pretty soon. I don't really know when, but soon. Shawn, what? There's a lot going on.
There is.
There's a lot.
What are we going to talk about first? I feel like we've missed every episode of the show, right?
You know, I mean, since my crash, I've been kind of a hermit.
Yeah.
You know, since the show has put the crash on.
They showed it 42 fucking times, though. You know, I mean, it's brutal to watch, and not even just the episode that you crashed in. They tend to show it. I mean, they even showed it last night. So we just have to keep on reliving that moment.
Yeah, it's like that part of my life never going to go away.
It's not. It's sealed in history of television.
And it sucks because every time I go out in public, everybody that watched the show believes that it just happened, you know?
Yes.
So, because they just watched it. So it's still fresh in their mind. I'm trying to forget it.
Yes.
Right? And this happened November 14th of last year.
Ooh.
Right?
On my birthday.
On Shawn's. I crashed see, that's how much I hate Shawn. I wanted to take the thunder from Shawn so bad that I crashed my car on his birthday.
Yeah.
Just basically let everyone forget about Shawn's birthday because it's the day that Chief crashed the crow.
Yeah. So now we're going to have a birthday party and a going away party.
Every year, Shawn can't be happy about his birthday because this is the day that Chief crashed the crow.
Because then I can go, man, it's been a year. It's been a year since the crow left us.
So, anyway.
I heard a lot this weekend. How's Chief? You know, and I'm like, well, you know, he's got a broke back. So he still bitches about it all the time, you know. But we still do donuts in my little truck on TV. What's great is the episode after you crash your car. You know, you're putting the belt back on after we throw the belt off the little truck, and I'm shaking you all over the place doing donuts in the car, and you know, I mean, life goes on. You know, you're just in a lot of pain now.
Yeah, no, I mean it's the same.
Yeah.
I'm just in pain. I just have to get over that pain. You know, can't be a bitch my whole life, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's only been about 6 months, so you know, I'll let you slide on a few things.
So you went to COTS.
I did.
This is the big street-ish. It's a no prep, right?
Yes.
It's a no prep race that goes on up near the Chicago area. It's called COTS, King of the Streets. Been going on forever and ever and ever. One of the original no preps.
Mm-hmm.
You went to that deal. How was it? Cool.
Yeah, I had a great time, man. Obviously, it didn't work out so well for me. I really thought I'd, you know, at least get down the track, you know. And
yeah, you decided to go Thursday.
Wednesday, but I couldn't start working on the car till Thursday. Yeah.
But you decided to go Thursday, and you had to change the car all up for small tire track race.
Yes.
Because Wednesday night you street raced it.
Wednesday night we got in I think I got to my house about 5:30 in the morning from street racing on the show.
But it was a good night.
It was a great night. I mean,
we can't talk about it, but
we can't talk about it. But Murder Nova showed up and we did well.
Yeah.
So I was really happy, and then I'm thinking, wow, what am I going to do this weekend? You know, you're going to be gone. We get a weekend off from filming, and what do I decide to do? I decide to spend 6 hours swapping the car from big tire to small tire, and then drive 14 hours to go race on my weekend off. I mean, it kind of sounds dumb when you put it like that.
Well, you know.
And then I'm starting to think, you know, I've learned a lot from you over the years, and I'm starting to tune on my car a little bit myself. And of course, it's not the greatest thing. After you helped me out on Wednesday night, you told me, please stay out of the computer. And I can't really do that, man. I have to get in it myself. And at some point I've got to fuck it up so that I can learn, you know, And a lot of people was like, "Where's Chief? I wish he was here." I was like, "You and me both, brother." Because I'm pretty sure that after 3 passes, you could have got my car down the track. But
I hope so.
There's a whole lot of stuff that I didn't really consider, and leaving on 8 pounds of boost on a 28-10-5 and a no prep is one of those that I didn't really consider. And
I commend you for trying.
Well,
that was a turn down for what situation?
It didn't really
there?
work. We were listening to turn down for what?
Maybe that was your problem.
You know.
Maybe you should have been listening to.
It didn't work out.
Maybe you should have been listening to something a little slower.
Yeah, something called A to B or something.
Something a little 3 pounds for what?
Well, man, I'm here to tell you that fucking car that I raced, he just straight down the track, and I kept on thinking, well, if it hooks this time, I got him. You know, I'll come around him. And I thought that until we got, probably a little past the 330, and then I realized, look, it ain't gonna
not gonna happen.
No,
was it 8th mile?
It never even tried to hook. Yeah,
was it 8th mile?
It was 8th mile, and we made a couple of passes the night before, and we smoked them out of the hole. I pedaled it one time, and it stuck. It got out there, it picked the front end up, it carried the front tire, and I was like, okay, we're getting somewhere, and we weren't really getting anywhere.
Yeah,
But then the next day, it was like 96 degrees. It was hot. I mean, it felt like we should have had the 55 out there.
But how many people won that deal?
I just won. And you know who won it. Take a guess. You know who won.
Silver Mustang?
It was a silver Mustang.
I may have called that one.
And you know what,
I
man?
may have called
he
that
wins
one.
them all.
Yeah.
I mean, he's won like 3 or 4 in a row now. No preps. And
yeah, he's doing well. Him and Flacco are really doing well in the
man,
no
Flacco
prep.
didn't make it.
Yeah, but he's been doing well in no prep. You know what I mean?
So, and I had heard from somebody that he leaves on 2 pounds of boost, and then he brings it in from there. I probably should have thought about that.
Yeah, or just put the radial tune-up in it like we talked about.
Well, the radial tune-up still leaves on 7.5.
I don't think it's supposed to, though.
Man, it does. And it, there's a big difference between that track we were on and a...
Was it a true no prep, you think?
Once the sun came out, yes. When I first got there, I walked it, and I was like, they claim this is a no prep. It felt pretty good to me, but you know me, I don't really know a good track whenever I feel it. I don't know. It felt better than what we're used to racing on. It was good enough that if I'd had the big tires on it, it would have shook my teeth out.
Oh God. Well, that's anywhere.
So, but we had a good time, man. And I really didn't realize that it was Tufts track until you had told me. That's Tufts track up there. And who did we see as soon as we pulled in? We found a good little spot back in the back, and I thought, man, this is it. It's far away from everything. This is where we're going to park. And next thing I know, I'm walking the track, and I hear, Murder Nova, come back to your vehicle, please. So I walk over there, and who's there? Tough. He's like, hey, man, we got you a spot right up front. And I'm like, man, we're good. It's no big deal. And he's like, no, man, come up here. Perfect spot, And I was like, is there enough room for boosted? And he was like, well, I don't know, man. It's 24 wide. And I was like, if there's enough room for me to pull forward, we can pit behind the trailers. And then if boosted could get next to me, then I'll do it. I pulled up there, and what do you know, man? It was right next to him.
Oh, nice. So you and Tuff were hanging out.
Yeah. Yeah. He was hanging out over there. But man, I'll give it to him. I don't like the guy. He's a douchebag on the internet, but he treated us good. I mean, he brought us food all weekend, and the best thing that he did was, man, he dropped it off and then left.
That's good, right?
So, I got to give him that. We felt welcomed. The track owner came over to me and really thanked us for being there. Heyo, he was really cool, which I like him. He's always cool. But
yeah, a lot of those guys are cool.
Yeah.
There's a lot of jerks in the Chicago area.
Yeah, they were jumping up and down whenever I got beat, for sure.
Well, of course. I mean, I don't like Chicago, but there's a lot of fans up there. There's a lot of good people there, whatever, you know. So, take the good with the bad. As long as you had fun, right?
Man, I had a good time, and the podcast listeners were, like, out of the woodworks up there. Like, I was amazed at how many people listen to the podcast from up
there. It sucked because, like, I had a connecting flight in Chicago, and I was in Chicago, and something at the travel agency got fucked up, and I didn't actually have a seat on the connecting flight. I had a boarding pass. I thought that's what that meant. Wow. Boarding pass means you get a pass to board the plane.
Yeah, that means you can get on.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean you have a seat. So
what'd you do?
somehow or another, I got screwed out of my seat, and you know me, I was late.
Oh, yeah.
You know, somehow I got screwed out of my seat. So I had a connecting flight but it was like a few hours in between. Well, you know, I was dicking off, not paying attention. I was late. So by the time I got back, they took my seat, you know, and so I didn't have a seat. So I had to wait even longer on another one. So I was hanging out in Chicago for a while.
Wow.
And I just like started to realize, oh, hey, this is like Shawn's heading here. Shawn might be here already. Shawn may be here soon. Shawn will be here and race soon. I'm like, man, you know, like it was tough. I really wanted to like stay at least for one night of the testing, you know, and then like shag ass to the NHRA
that would
deal.
have been really cool.
I thought about it, man. I really did. But then the next flight, they were like, okay, we got you on the next flight. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess I'll go. So I had to roll. I had to go to Englishtown, New Jersey, which I've never been to.
I haven't either.
Never been to New Jersey.
How was it?
Well, you know, it's New Jersey. I don't know if you know much about New Jersey.
I know there's a bunch of Yankees up there.
I didn't feel, I wasn't feeling it, really.
Yeah?
When I got off the plane, you start to realize that everyone up there hates you for being a human and for breathing air. And
getting in their space.
And you're in their way, you're in their space, and you're not paying near enough attention to what's going on. And you don't know where you're going, and it's your fucking fault. You prick son of a bitch. Like that's the way I felt. And so I get out of the airport, finally get through security, which was, I mean, you know, just there shouldn't be security to get off the airplane. You know what I mean? But I felt like there was.
Well, there was plenty of security when you got on it.
Yeah.
Unless you made a bomb up in the air or something.
Let's not say bomb. Let's not say it's a bad word. Yeah, you got. Well, I got to get on one eventually. They know. I feel like they know you. You know.
They don't know me.
So anyway, I got off the plane, finally got to my rental car, which felt like, you know,
what kind of car was it?
It was a Chevy. Fuck, it was a pile of shit.
It was.
It was a. It's like the bigger. It's like the intermediate. It was like a Chevy intermediate.
It wasn't full size.
No, it wasn't quite a full size.
Like a Malibu or something.
Yeah, something like that. It was a Cruise or a fucking Volt or something. Or I don't know. It was a fucking.
Did it take gas or did you plug it in?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't fucking put any gas in it. You know me. I dropped that bitch off on E on fumes.
Yeah.
So the coolest thing was though, is like I didn't realize that they hate everyone up there. So I come out of the airport in the rental car. Of course, I'm looking at my phone trying to figure out where I'm going. I'm going to go to the track. So I'm like looking at my phone trying to figure out where the track is. And of course, you can't just put in drag strip or whatever. It's got to be some crazy weird name for that track up there. So it's not like I just know the track is Englishtown.
Yeah, that's not the name of it?
No, it's like Old Bridge Township Raceway Park in Englishtown,
Wow.
New Jersey, you know. And there's just a lot of tradition up there, you know. So it was weird because the whole reason I'm up there is the NHRA contacted me, and you know we've been going back and forth. We haven't been too friendly with each other. To put it, you know, very nicely, you know they blocked me on Facebook. They defriended me, blocked me, and then we haven't really been able to get along. Well, something has changed. They've gotten some different management. They've maybe seen the light a little bit. I don't know, but they want to fix it. So they called and said, hey, you know, what can we do to get you out here, get you to come check us out, and let's see if we can make up. So we're in couples counseling, if you will.
Yeah, yeah.
And we're trying to figure out our problems. By doing that, they're going to give me my NHRA license. They're going to let me be in their little club, give me my license, and let me be a part of it. Well, in order to do that, I had to go to a race and basically announce that we're friends. We're Facebook friends again. And we're working on it, you know, and we're going to see what happens. And it was, you know, it was about like I thought it was going to be, but it was a good time. That track has a lot of tradition involved. There's a lot of history there. You know, the people and the fans, dude, I have never seen that many little kids at a race.
Really?
So many little kids.
That's cool.
The NHRA has a new thing that they're doing now, too, that's 12 and under's free, which is the first time they've been doing this. And I don't know if it was because of that or if it was just because of New Jersey. Because, dude, those people up there have a real rooted history of drag racing. Like, it's an old school thing, you know what I mean? Old timer drag racer people, you know, and they all talk crazier than hell. But like on the way over there to the track, man, it's like you pull up to a red light and you're looking at your phone, and I mean, dude, instantly, as soon as the light goes green, if you're not burning the fucking tires off, they will rear end your fucking ass. They're honking the horn. I mean, they shook their fist at me so much. There was so much fist shaking going on. The whole fucking state's got to have like tennis elbow, like non-stop. So first, I'm just like, God, this is just terribly unpleasant. Like, these people are pricks, man. I can't even figure out where I'm supposed to be going without them honking the horn and yelling at me. And they're real quick to yell out the window, you know, that you're a cocksucker. Like, yeah. And I'm like, geez, like that's. Just because I'm
you need a kamikaze with you so
I'm
he
like,
can shake his fist at everybody.
I'm like new, you know what I mean? Like,
they didn't care though.
No, and you can't turn left, ever,
You
for
can't
any
at all?
reason. For any reason ever, do you turn left?
Really?
No,
You gotta make
it's
a bunch of rights.
strict 3 rights to make a left. It's very strict. It's very strict. They have turnabouts, so like instead of going left, you can go off to the right, and it will take you around to where you can go that way. That kind of takes you left. Not allowed to make a left-hand turn. You know me, I'll pull right in the fucking median with my blinker on, trying to go left, and they're fucking, dude.
They was mad.
They were ready to get out and drag me over to where I need to be. But so I was really feeling unwelcome. I was like, this is gonna suck, man. If this whole weekend is like this, everybody's gonna hate me. You know, they just hate the fuck out of everything here.
Yeah.
But then we came to the next red light, and the guy beside me, he wasn't paying attention. And, oh, buddy.
They give it to him?
Let him have it.
Oh, that's got to make you feel better.
They let him have it. I said, oh, okay.
At least
So
it wasn't just you.
it's not just fuck me, right?
Yeah.
It's fuck everybody time. So then I get kind of involved. You know
Did
what
you
I mean?
honk?
I've never used a horn so vicariously in my whole life. I mean, I was laughing I'm pulling. I try to get behind the people I think aren't going to be paying attention too. You know, like
It's like a game.
Yeah, it is. It's
Yeah.
like all these people had such a bad day that they're going to use this time to take it out on their fellow man. So I'm like rolling down the road, and I look over and I see like a 17, 18-year-old girl, and I'm like, oh yeah, she's going to be on her phone, texting, putting on makeup. She's not paying attention. I'm going to get behind her, because when the right light goes green, she's not going to have a fucking clue. I'm going to be able to honk, shake my fist at her, you know what I mean? And sure enough, man, I get to do that. So it was 30, 40 minutes driving of that all the way to the track. And man, I was in a good mood by the time I got to the track. 'Cause I was like, this is fucking cool right here.
You just gotta be the same as them.
Yeah, it's just, they're tired of people not paying attention, and they're gonna, socially berate you by honking their horns at you and let everyone know that, hey, it's this guy.
Yeah, it's not me.
It's this guy in front of me.
I can't go because of this guy.
Yeah. And I'm paying attention. This guy here's not. He's a fucking
asshole.
idiot. Yeah. And I mean, it was a strange drive to the track. But once you get used to it, once you get involved, next thing you know, you're just like them, doing 90 mile an hour right through the middle of a neighborhood, honking at everybody and acting like a fool, shaking your fist at people.
There's cabs everywhere.
Oh,
That's what I picture.
The cabs have changed. It's more of this Uber thing now. Uber is everywhere, right?
Yeah.
And
they look like regular cars.
and they blend right in like undercover cabs.
Yeah.
Like Johnny Depp.
Yeah, but there's
21
always somebody in the
Jump
back
Street.
seat, and nobody in the front.
Yeah, but these people in the back seat are going, ah! Yeah. These people can drive so well. I'm not even shitting you. There was a 60-year-old woman that I was behind for about 3 miles, and I'm trying to keep up as she's honking and shaking her fist and whipping and dipping in and out of traffic. She's shooting a gap on them, flicking cigarettes out the window. Like, I'd put this bitch in the Chrome mod right now and let her make a hit. Guaranteed, she can drive better than half of our fucking list. There's no fucking doubt about it. This 60-year-old woman could outdrive half of our list. No problem. And she's in like a, whatever the fuck kind of car that was, a Peugeot or whatever, I don't know, some kind of little gas getter car, some smart car thing, but she had the sucker tuned up, getting it, just never let off. It was amazing. The whole way to the track, I'm thinking, God dang, these people can drive out here, But beautiful country too. I had no idea. I mean, trees everywhere, and green, and it was actually really pretty in New Jersey. I expected something different. I don't know what I expected. I expected it different.
I would expect more concrete than green.
Yeah, not in New Jersey.
Really?
No, New Jersey's like It's actually like really nice place, nice little
Don't
place
they
there.
have that? What is that that big boardwalk or whatever that they got in New Jersey? Like the oldest one fucking ever or some shit. Don't they got like a big?
Let's ask our producer, Phantom. Black X6.
I mean, they
Phantom.
call it something.
White
What do they
X6
call
look
it?
like a panda. I don't know what they call it.
Fuck, I don't know.
I didn't get to see none of it.
You didn't.
I went from airport. I went from
huh?
airport to racetrack to hotel to
Was
to
your
racetrack.
hotel pretty close to the?
No,
to
it
the
was
track?
like 35, 40 minutes to the
Ooh.
track.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that could have been pretty close.
Yeah. No, I mean, it could have been. I don't really know.
Yeah.
To me, it wasn't very close.
It was a nice place.
The airport?
No, no.
The track? No.
The motel.
The hotel? It was all right. It was a Hilton.
Mm.
You know, wasn't bad. You know me. I didn't spend a lot of time there.
Yeah.
There was places to be.
Yep.
There was things to do. There was vodka to drink. You
Yeah.
know? So party to have.
Could you get vodka like in the convenience stores and stuff? Because you could where we were. In
I don't know.
Wisconsin, we walked into the
I didn't
convenience
go to a
store and
convenience
they're just boom right there.
I didn't go to a convenience store.
I had to stop and get ice and things like that. And Phantom went ahead and picked up some vodka while
Well,
we was
yeah.
there.
No, but you can at the track.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
you couldn't
Well,
at our track.
well, there's a bar at the Patron tent at the Alexis DeJoria's pit
Yeah.
area.
and what's the crew chief over there? What's his
Tommy.
name? Tommy.
He-
Hey, Tommy made me some last time we were there.
Tommy's a party.
Yeah, Tommy
Hey,
parties.
Tommy parties.
He messaged me
Tommy-
just here a while back, and I
Tommy
ain't got
parties.
back to him yet. He's like, "Hey, I hadn't heard from you in a while. What's happening?"
No, Tommy party. I didn't recognize him though. That was crew shirt on when he
Yeah.
first came up and started talking to me. I thought he was just some regular dipshit, you know.
Yeah,
And I felt like a real fucking asshole because I was like just kind of blowing him off.
yeah.
And then like 10 minutes later, he's still there, and I'm like, God damn, this guy's never going away. You know what I mean? Like, who the fuck? And then all of a sudden,
Do you have his little glasses on?
he did. He did.
And you didn't recognize him? I feel like I'd recognize him just because of his glasses.
Yeah, you know, maybe. I don't know.
But no,
I didn't.
no.
But then after a little bit, I went, oh, fuck.
That's Tommy.
I was like, that's goddamn. Because I'm thinking, where's our crew chief? You know, back then I was like, holy shit, it's him right here next to me. So I was like, I even told him, I was like, fuck, man, I'm sorry. I didn't recognize you without your shirt on. He goes, you just thought I was some normal fucking asshole, didn't you? And I was like, yep. And he's like, motherfucker. So,
All right, so, I mean, I got to ask. We haven't had a chance to talk at all, so I don't really know how your weekend went. You know, we hadn't talked about anything yet. This is the first time we've talked. Did you hang out with Jesse James?
no,
No.
I didn't.
Why not?
Man, I was on a mission, and my mission was to see and do all the things that I need to do to drag race for the rest of my life, and he did not fit that mission. So I was pulled so, I was stretched out so thin, you could have played guitar with me. Like, I mean, the NHRA had me all over the place. Now, it was cool. You know, I got to do really neat things that normal people don't get to do, especially from my background, but I was really stretched thin, really thin, you know, I was all over the place, man. I was everywhere you could be. I was 50 places at once. So I didn't, and, you know, Jesse James, he keeps himself busy on the car. He actually works on, he's actually on the car, you know,
Yeah,
he's not just
yeah.
like hanging out. He's actually thrashing on the car.
Well, he's probably got to.
You know,
Otherwise, he's just going to be hanging out with a bunch of people.
yeah, like me that want to hang out with him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no, he kept himself pretty busy, and they kept themselves pretty scarce. Really, you know, they were race car, and then they were gone. You know, so, but I partied with Tommy a little bit, Nikki, the crew chief from DHL, you know, and Del Worsham let me look at some Top Fuel data. That was cool. You know what I mean? I got assigned to Leah Pritchett's Top Fuel team by the NHRA, so I was kind of kicking it with them all weekend, which was cool. But I got to go up in the tow vehicle into the starting line, do that whole deal, work on the car a little bit, mix up some fuel, stuff like that. You know, I got the whole experience. I really did. And then I got to kick it a little bit with Elite Motorsports, you know, the Oklahoma crew. Got to kick it with them a little bit and kind of check out their operation. Of course, Rick Jones, RJ, the man, he so super awesome. I mean, he's
a cool dude.
Just ready to just, you know, hang out. I mean, he's cool as hell. I really like him. Him and Erica both. Erica was really, you know, hospitable. You know, the whole place. It made me feel welcome. You know, in some of those pits. There's a lot of pits that I definitely wasn't welcome. I did find that out too.
Yeah, well, we knew that.
There are a lot of people out there that don't want me there.
That's,
A lot of people there don't like me.
Yeah.
Believe it or not.
Fuck them.
Yeah, no shit, right? Fuck them. So Friday and Saturday was spent doing TV stuff for NHRA and going around checking stuff out. I got to meet a bunch of people and shake hands and do the picture thing and all that, and got to hang out with some really cool people. Chad Head from Head Racing, he has the funny car. He was super, super cool too, just down to show you whatever. I mean, he's one of the guys, he's like we are, like it's weird.
No secrets.
Yeah, like his operation over there is just like whatever, you know what I mean? Like I showed up over there and he's gonna show me, so he's like, hey man, you want to fire it up? And I'm like,
fuck yeah,
man, fire that mother. So he's like, all right, cool. So he did too. He fired that motherfucker up right there, just like.
Nice.
I don't even know if you can do that. Like that's like
Yeah.
But hey, it's his name on the side of the car, right? Chad Head. I mean, he does what the fuck he wants, I guess.
Sounded like.
So, he was cool. He showed me a lot about Top Fuel stuff and kind of gave me the rundown. Some of the stuff that they do is different than other people. It was pretty neat, pretty neat for sure. Spent a little time in the Pro Stock pit. Spent a little time in the Top Fuel pits. Got to learn a little bit about it. I'll tell you what, man, the Top Fuel cars, they're the fastest accelerating automobile in the world, right? The energy from them, it's amazing. It's just out of control. To 60 foot, they don't look that fast. To 150 foot, they don't look that fast. But motherfucker, when they hit the 330 cone, those bitches check out.
Well, they're pretty fast in all those areas.
Yeah, but I mean, like, they go 850 to the 60 foot. That's cool.
Yeah,
I mean, that's cool. But that's not that much faster than like a Pro Mod. You know what I mean? Some Pro Mods go 8s to the 60 foot. They go 880. Frankie Taylor's been 880 or some shit. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, that's not that. I mean, it's not crazy when there's cars with doors that do that. But hey, when they get that 330 cone, and that motherfucker goes 1-to-1 or whatever the fuck you want to call it, checked out. See ya. I mean, I'm looking at data that shows these cars going over 5 Gs to the finish line. Their G meter looks like a mountain the other way of ours.
Does it at all?
Yeah. No, it does a little bit.
It does
a little bit. You can see a little bit at the first, how it dips a little bit at the first, when they're pulling the timing out, trying to keep it hooked up. But then once the clutch comes in and it goes 1-to-1, I call it 1-to-1. When the clutch is there, when that sucker stops slipping, dude, the G meter just checks out with the car, and it's just gone. It's just like, hello, see you later, bye bye.
Damn.
And it's fucking wicked. But there's not a whole lot of gripping wood grain going on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's not a whole lot of Grant gripping. There's not a whole lot of whipping the wheel. Like
No,
it's
I don't think they can turn it.
Like they say that as the power comes in, the more power it comes in, they just have to keep turning to the left. So like Chad Head said, by the end of the run, his steering wheel's all the way as far over to the left as it can go.
No shit.
Mm-hmm. Huh. Because he says it's trying to drive the car the other way. So I was like, whoa, that's kind of weird. And he said, yeah, the whole time you're just, as you go, you just keep going. And I was like, whoa. Like that's kind of a lot.
What happens when you let off?
Or maybe it's to the right. It may be to the right.
I would imagine it tries to go.
Yeah, it tries to go left. So maybe the steering wheel, the steering wheel. Yeah, maybe it's to the right. I don't really remember. I was standing outside the car. So when you lift,
you got to straighten it?
Yeah, well, you got to drive into the chutes and hope to God it keeps it straight, But they're like 90 foot long, so I mean,
Yeah.
But yeah, those were cool. The Pro Stock cars, the driving that's in those is hit the shift points, hit the light, hit the shift points, hit the light, hit the shift points,
Yeah.
And I'm not quite understanding a lot of the Pro Stock thing because, right now they got the fuel injection. They just changed the fuel injection. So they're all like lost, everybody's just lost in this fuel injection thing. And of course,
not everybody.
Well, no, it doesn't seem like there's a couple of them that got it figured out for sure.
Yeah.
But being lost in the fuel injection thing is weird to me because, I'm standing there like, just, that's what we do. You know what I mean? Like, that's what we do. I'm thinking when I see a Pro Stock car, I'm thinking, oh man, I can't wait. I just want to hear what these guys say now. Oh man, now that we got fuel injection, we can do this. Now that we got fuel injection, we can do this. You know, and how much happier they're going to be with
And they're bitching about it.
Holy crap, they're bitching about nonstop fucking fuel injection piece of shit, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, wow, that's weird, you know? Which doesn't make any sense to me because literally there's Steve Petty. Steve Petty is like a couple 100 foot from these guys.
Yeah, who can tune anything?
Who is the fucking EFI, you know, man of men, right?
Mm-hmm.
He actually exists. And he's just down the road.
There.
He's at the race. And he likes money. So, I mean, like, I don't understand how you could have all these problems, but hey, I stayed out of it. You know what I mean? I don't have a dog in any of those
Yeah,
fights.
you didn't offer up his help
No.
to anybody?
Nah. I didn't really offer up help to anyone because I didn't want to fuck anything up.
Well, yeah.
And of course, you know, as the weekend goes on, I start to get more and more me and less and less.
Well, it doesn't take long.
I start to get less and less of what they want me to be.
Yeah. Well, you start getting a little comfortable, and then your true self starts coming out.
So eventually I just checked out.
Yeah.
I just like, all right, I'm not going up there anymore with them. I'm not hanging out in their pit. I'm not going to hang out in their pit. I'm not going to hang out in their pit. Like, I'm not even going to like answer my phone or let y'all find me. Like, I'm gone. And I ended up in Troy Coughlin's pit in the Pro Mod.
Yeah, which is where you want to be.
You know, I mean, let's be honest. It's where I want to be.
Yeah. So
I did 2 or 3 days of their thing, and it was cool, and I did it, and I loved it, and it was a good time.
Yeah, thanks.
You know, but I'm going to go find my shit, right? I'm going to go be me for a little while. So I put on a yellow shirt. Mind you, I look good in yellow. I'm going to go ahead and I'm gonna throw that out there.
I saw a few pictures. It was really yellow.
It was a lot of yellow, too.
It is. It's a lot of yellow.
That's a yellow little situation there.
Yeah.
But I got to go up to the line with them, and they won first round, and, you know.
Yeah, against, you know, Ricky Smith, right?
No, that was second round.
Oh, that was second round.
First round was Friday or Saturday. First round was Saturday. I forget who they raced first round, but we won that one too. And then we went against Ricky Smith first thing in the morning Sunday, and then it just got harder from there. You know what I mean? More and more races and more winning. And dude, they let me work on the car, and I'm underneath it and I'm working on it. And I fucking lost a goddamn valve covered nut. I mean, first fucking time I touched the car with a tool, he hands me the damn gun. I'm pulling the valve cover nuts off. He's like, "Yeah, you won't be able to get to that one because the turbo's okay." Take a wrench. I'm pulling it off there and dropped it right in the header. Just, I mean, instantly. And this is like the round where they were like they actually like wanted a little help because they only had like 40 minutes in between rounds. So here I am. Oh yeah, I'm going to jump in and help, and I'm going to lose something. Not only am I going to lose it, I'm going to lose it in the header. So great. Good job.
So how'd y'all get that nail out? Did you like get a magnet or something, start trying to fish it out,
dude,
or what?
I really debated on just taking off my yellow shirt and running. And just
don't even look back.
Just be like, you know, that deal didn't work out.
Yeah.
But no, they made fun of me a little bit, and then the crew guys there, they helped me get it fixed and get it back together. So, but hey, they weren't shy about letting me try it the second time that I lost it.
Yeah.
I mean, I lost it the second time too. You know,
but it didn't go down in the header.
Thank God it didn't go in the header though. But I couldn't find it on the ground, and one of the other crew guys found it.
So you had everybody there. Not only did you keep them from doing their job, but
no, I made
you had
it
them
all
looking.
I made it
for
difficult.
the nut.
I really made the whole situation more difficult, but they didn't want me to leave because they were winning.
Yeah,
you know,
good luck.
They were like, "Nope, you have to do the same thing every time. You're going to the line. You're riding in the golf cart. You're going to the finish line.
That's cool.
You're with us." And so it was cool. It was really cool, man. And they won. And right before the final, I was like, I walked up to them and I'm like, "So, after we win this deal, I mean, what's the celebration routine? Can I jump up and down, and act like an idiot?" And they were like,
yeah, because you need to know.
No, I need to know. I don't want to be the only guy
jumping.
Be
the only guy jumping up and down, yelling in your face.
Yeah,
somebody else
you suck. You know,
you suck.
And we get Billy Glidden in the final, so it's a big deal here.
What was Billy driving?
He's driving a turbo car.
He was driving
Precision's turbo car.
Man,
we go to the
finals with you
guys.
Yeah,
he went like an 87 last round. We went like an 85. I mean, it was we were there, and you know Billy can drive. He can tree and everything.
Doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah, it was iffy. It really was. It was iffy.
In your face, Billy.
Yeah, I wanted to be like, fucking took the feathers right off that parrot. Yeah, you know. So I wanted to yell, but I didn't know how far we were allowed to take it because we're in HRA.
That's where we're gonna draw the line.
Yeah. So Steve and Troy are like, hey man, do whatever you do. I was like, well, I'm good because like I get paid to jump up and down, act like an idiot. That's how I make a living. So I'm pretty good at it. So I was like, well, that's what I'm gonna do. And so I did. I did. I jumped up and down, looked like an idiot. I heard the announcer say, Chief likes it, Petty likes it. And I was like, hey, cool, that's cool. So. But it wasn't because I wanted to see him crush Billy or anything. It was just because they won. You know what I mean? They won the race. It was cool.
It's not like you just did it because Billy was over there.
No, I did it every round.
Billy's a cool dude.
No, Billy and his wife were super cool.
Yes.
Billy, Billy yelled at me all weekend and was rude, but in his friendly way of being Billy.
Weird.
Yeah, and his wife was super cool. I tried to go up and say hi, and she was like, "Give me a hug." They were super cool people. I was really welcomed in the Pro Mod area. I really was. Like Danny Rowe.
Like he was at home.
I was. I felt like I was at home.
Yeah.
Danny Rowe, super cool. Even Steve Matusik, who I've heard doesn't like me at all, who owns Aeromotive.
Yeah.
I've heard doesn't like me.
Really?
Right? But was super cool.
Why would he not like you?
Because of the whole NHRA tiff. You remember when we had that little tiff?
I remember.
It's so, why you gotta
that's
bring up
behind
old
you guys
shit? It's
now.
behind us. We're Facebook friends.
Yeah, exactly.
So, no, he was super cool. The whole, Vaughn Smith, super cool. I mean, all the top Pro Mod guys were just as cool as they could be. Michael Bealey, that guy, I mean, super cool dude. Cowboy. I'm nicknamed him the Cowboy. I don't know if he has a nickname or not, but I nicknamed him the Cowboy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is he a cowboy?
I don't know if he's an actual cowboy like in real life or anything.
Yeah, not like rides a horse.
No, I don't know if he like ropes.
Stuff.
I don't know if he like rope stuff or like wears spurs or anything, but he is a cowboy because him and his crew, it's his shit. You know what I mean? And like he said,
his car's sweet too.
His car's dude.
I like it.
Lack of sponsor stickers everywhere.
That's awesome.
I mean, it's a good looking car, beautiful looking Mustang.
Yeah,
I mean, and his pit, it's all his shit. You know what I mean? And he kind of calls the shots. And whenever they were some of the other Pro Mod drivers were kind of bitching about him driving, and they were like, he pushes it too far, and he needs to chill out a little bit. And you know what? Hey. If like he said, he even said it right there in front of me. He says, if I want to wad my shit up, I'll wad it's my shit. And I was like, get boy.
Hell yeah.
There's your cowboy right here, and that whole pit area is full of cowboys. You know what I mean? Like, because they're all rich. And whose car it is because their name's on the side. It's not like the Napa car driven by such and such. It's like the Bealey car driven by Michael Bealey.
Yeah, just him. Just
this
the guy.
is the Jegs car driven by
driver, operator.
Driven by, Jegs. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like Troy Coughlin from Jeg, Jag Coughlin, Troy Coughlin. Like it's a team. Like these people are they're serious. You know what I mean? It's Cowboy Central over there, and they hate each other. They talk shit to each other. They fight all the time. They yell and scream. Like
did they pit right next to each other though?
They have to.
Yeah,
which is
I
weird.
They did. They share tuners.
Oh yeah. No, everything is like they don't share tuners when we're racing.
Really?
There is no sharing of anything when they're racing. Tell you what, right now,
Jegs owns that deal, huh?
Everybody has their own guys, and no one uses their guys.
I thought that Petty tuned for both of them.
Nope. Petty tunes Jegs cars. Jamie Miller.
Oh, okay.
Jamie Miller tunes Bealey car.
Okay.
And hey, they don't really. There's no really interchanging going on
Really?
there. No, it's race days. Race days, man.
Wow. So Miller don't come over and talk to
anything,
Petty and be like, look.
Nope. Anything that Miller has achieved in that pit over there, because I kind of thought it was the same way. Anything that Michael Bealey has achieved or Jamie Miller has achieved in that pit over there, they've done it.
All them.
It's all them, man.
That's cool.
Because they are. It's a different setup. It's not like I thought where everybody's just buddies and all the turbo guys like each other. No. It's not like that. It's like get it yourself. Hopefully you do good, and if not, don't come over here. It's different, man.
I didn't know it was like that.
They're friendly. Don't get me wrong, but no, it's not. These guys are racing each other, and it means something. And they're cowboys, like I said. Like, dude, the tuners are going at it. The crew chiefs are going at it, and everybody knows if this next guy's going to hang you out. Like we were racing one guy where they were like, Petty's like, all right, this motherfucker, he gonna hang us out. You can guarantee it. Every time we race him, you guarantee it. I guarantee 7 seconds. Guarantee it. And he's like, so we gotta get the training super cooled off. Don't start it till we get up there. Do a burnout quick. Let him start. And I'm like, is it that bad? You know, it's really that bad. And the whole time they're looking over at the guy like they know he's fixing to do it. You know what I mean?
Fucking
It's like they
cussing him
know,
like,
like we know you're gonna fuck us. We know it. We know you're gonna fuck us. You know, and that's why you get into those staging duels, and you know, they just fuck with each other, man. They really do. They're fucking cowboys.
So was it 7 seconds?
Well, Troy drove it, and he wasn't going in first.
Oh,
They
no,
put
so
some
he
ex-
sat there.
They put some extra fuel in the car, got it real cooled off, and he wasn't gonna let him do it.
Wow, that's
So he
awesome.
just-
So
he
that
just
is
sat
like a
there.
staging battle.
Yep, and thankfully Troy's smart enough as a driver, or at some time has learned, or I don't know if he got lucky or what, but like you can hear the blower cars. So when they're doing the burnout and they're idling and stuff, they're at like 20% of the fuel system. So you can hear them as soon as they turn on the stage beam. Then the other guy turns on the stage beam. Then they roll the fuel pumps on 100%, and you can hear them like the top fuel cars. So the blower cars will sit there and clack, 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 clack. Well, as soon as both pre-stage beams go on, they turn the fuel on. They turn the rest of the fuel pump on, and it starts bubbling in it, and it's like race car. So they're sitting in the pre-stage beams, both of them, and they're just sitting there. And well, then all of a sudden, the blower car, you hear it start bubbling, and Troy knew that means he's got to go in. So he started doing that. So Troy starts spooling it up.
He was running out of fuel or what?
No, the blower car it got to the point where
just turned it on.
they got to the point where they couldn't sit there any longer.
Yeah.
So they had to go in. In order to go in, they got to turn the fuel on. So they turned the fuel on, and Troy heard the motor come down over there. Well, he starts spooling it. So then by the time the blower car goes in, he's ready to bump, and he's in. I mean, dude, it worked
out perfect, huh?
It was a really good staging situation
that's cool,
there.
Man.
It was cool.
It's cool to see somebody like him who, he could just bring his fucking helmet, get in the car, and that's it. At least he's aware of what's going on while he's inside the car.
Oh, dude, there was a couple times I wasn't sure, but that time I was.
Who would be?
Dude, that one pass, I saw him. I mean, he went across the finish line sideways, completely sideways, smoking the tires.
That's cool, man.
Hey, when we got down there to him and he got out of the car, he was jacked up, dude. He was jacked up.
That's
and he
cool.
was pumped. I was like, man, it's cool to see guys like him still excited.
Exactly.
A run like that still pumps him up. That's
you
cool,
figure,
man.
he put his fucking helmet down, go get in the fucking air conditioner.
Yeah, I didn't even think he'd be there by the time we got down there to get the car. I figured he would have dumped it down there and walked off. A helicopter or something would have come and got him, and like
I'll be in the trailer.
Yeah, no, he's fully part of the operation, and he got out of the car and he's like walking around. He's all jacked up. He's trying not to be too crazy because that's the big end where all the cameras are and stuff.
What?
And
Let it out.
NHRA is just not.
Yeah, but he's fucking jigs.
And that's what it boils down to. He's fucking walking around pumped up. I was like, dude, that was amazing. He goes, hang on a second. I can just now starting to be able to put my legs together now after let my balls hang out right there. I'm like, hell yeah. I was like, you should have said that shit on camera, man.
Yep.
And it was legit. He likes it. Now, they do things a little different. You know what I mean? He's got the 10 or 12 foot bar that they push the car with the golf cart. It's carbon fiber. His fucking push bar is carbon fiber, guys. And I'm pretty sure if I wouldn't have been in the golf cart, if I wouldn't have been in the golf cart, I think he would have wadded it up a few times. Because he drives the golf cart and the crew.
He drives it while the crew pushes it.
And he was not really paying attention. I'm like, oh, yep.
He doesn't need to.
Nope. No, he's Troy Cobb.
He doesn't need to. Hey, if they broke it, they probably replace it.
And it would have blamed it on, it could have blamed it on anybody. It could have blamed it on me, So I'm over there going, whoa.
Hey, man.
Yeah. And he even said, he was like, yeah, that's the last thing I fucking need is to wad that fucking thing up right now, huh? And I'm like, yeah.
No, that may not be good.
I'm like reaching over to grab the wheel.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, they check their fuel every round, check their weight. I mean, did the rules. That's the thing. This NHRA deal, if I end up actually.
Who checks their fuel?
NHRAs.
Why?
The NH and RA.
So
there's no cheating in this deal.
How much boost are they able to run?
41 pounds.
Okay. What do they have on the car to make sure that they got something that shuts it off at 41 pounds? I mean, what kind of box do they have on the car?
They all have the hyperactive boost controller that we have.
Really?
But they have one, but Hyperactive makes one that's NHRA only. when you put that boost controller, it has a max boost limit of 41 pounds built into the boost controller. Cannot be changed, cannot be adjusted. There's nothing you can do. Now,
There's something somebody can do.
well, it's tough because they tech your car and they find out where everything's at and where it all goes. And then at the end of the run, when you get down there, they pull your card out of your race pack.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
I mean, so do they like make...
They check your datas.
I find that hard to believe, man. I mean, what if you make 41.1 pounds of boost? So, like, how much boost did his car make? 41.
40 to 41 pounds is all all you're going to make. You make any more than that, and they're going to come over there.
I mean, but what if it, like, hits it? Does it pull it back out? Or
Oh, yeah. It has the max boost limit, so it's going to, if it goes up for a second and comes back down, you know what I mean, then they're going to make you calm it down early, They're going to come over there in a bunch of gray shirts, 4 or 5 of them from the NHNRA, and they're going to say, hey, see your laptop.
We're from the NHNRA.
Yeah, listen,
we're
guys.
We're going to check your data.
We're from the NHNRA. And they said, Steve, we need to look at your race pack. And Steve goes, why?
Okay, but what for?
Yeah. And they said, when we pulled the data, we've seen a problem and we want to look at it. And I don't know if it was boost or RPM or what it was, but I mean, you're not allowed to go over an RPM limit. You're not allowed to,
damn.
You're not allowed to have the rev limiter on, because they don't want you hitting the dots and stuff. Like, you're not allowed to have any of that shit. These gray shirts, they ain't playing around. You're NHNRA serious. So
wow.
It was wild, man. And the whole time I'm just trying to stay out of everybody's way.
So what size turbos does this car have on it?
The maximum limit
is what? 98?
91.
91?
88. Yeah, Pro Mod 88, I think, is all you're allowed to have in that class. I'm not really sure.
That's crazy. So I couldn't even run my fucking car in that deal because I'd make too much boost.
Yeah.
I feel like nobody would complain, though. I feel like no gray shirts from the NHNRA would come over and say anything to me.
I don't think that you would pass tech.
Hell
I don't think they'd even let you.
Hell no. I'd oil that thing down. They'd charge me. I'd have to say, well, could you just keep my car? Because I couldn't afford.
Yeah, it's like 40 grand if you oil it down or something crazy.
Jesus.
Yeah, they don't they don't mess around. They do not mess around in that deal. It's serious. And if you're not in staging lanes, they're going to run it. They're going to run it without you.
Yep.
So it was wild. I learned a lot. A lot of rules I got to figure out. Doesn't mean I'm going to quit street racing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, everybody kept asking me, well, what's Chief doing? What's this big announcement? And pretty much, man, I didn't know. I haven't asked you anything about it. Basically, man, it ain't none of my business. You're going to go and do what you want to do. So everybody that asked me, they're like, so what's this big announcement? And I feel like nobody believed me whenever I told them I didn't know, So
now let's be honest. Anyone that knows me or has heard me talk or have known me for any amount of time knows that I want to drag race for a living for the rest of my life.
I've known that, at least a year after I knew you.
I want to drag race for a living for the rest of my life, period. That's all I want to do. I feel like in order to do that, I'm going to explore every option possible. That's where they drag race. That's where people drag race for a living. So I'm going to go check it out. If it's possible that I can fit in and belong in something like that and drag race for a living for the rest of my life, then I'm going to go check it out. Doesn't mean I'm going to quit doing what I'm doing. It doesn't mean I'm not going to be who I am. It doesn't mean any of that stuff. It just means that, there are places out there where people drag race for a living, and I just want to find out where it all comes from. How do they do it? Where's the money come from? How do they get the money? And what does it mean to drag race in an organization like that? What does it mean to drag race for them? You know what I mean? Like, I just wanted to make sure that it was something that was enticing enough to look into. And
yeah, if you can fit in, then,
I'm not sure I can fit in because, my name isn't associated with any of my parents that could put their name on the side of my car or anything. But, like, I don't know. We'll see. I'm not gonna say yay or nay to what I'm doing, but I hope that the next couple of times I go to the NHNRA races, I'm hoping that one of these times I'm going to bring my helmet. That's the goal, right?
Well, I know that the first time that they're going to let you bring their helmet, they're gonna let you bring me too. As
I'm
I'm gonna be fucking standing on the starting line with you.
Yeah, no, exactly. No,
You know, I mean, everybody's like, well, what do you think about that? You know, and I'm like, well, that's Chief's dream. You know, so I don't really. It's not that I don't have an opinion about it. It's just if you're gonna fucking race NHRA Pro Mod, then I'm gonna be standing behind you as much as I possibly can. I mean, does that fit in with my lifelong goals? I don't know. You know, but I definitely want to be there whenever you fucking race. That's for sure. But
yeah, I don't know if I want to race Pro Mod I know I want to race Pro Mod, but I don't know if I'm going to race.
It doesn't matter what you're racing.
You know, eventually, I mean, who knows? Funny car, pro, you know what I mean?
I'll stand behind you in
I don't
pro
think I
stock,
can-
I guess.
I don't think I can.
I mean, I'll be like, yeah, whatever. You know.
What? What did you say?
I said I'll stand behind you, even if it's fucking pro stock.
Oh.
I'll be going, yeah, whatever.
You know,
All right.
hey, I thought those cars were faster than they were too. I was a little surprised.
Yeah.
When I saw some incrementals,
They're
I was
not
like,
faster than your car.
I was like, whoa. But they don't have any nitrous or
But
turbos
you
or
would-
nothing.
You would have to. Yeah. so basically, it makes me fucking laugh that
It's
anybody.
like watching baseball without
Yeah,
steroids.
it makes me laugh that anybody would. Well, you think you can handle this? Oh, you mean slow down?
Oh yeah. Well, and
possibly.
people were telling me, you know, you think you could drive one of these cars, and I was like, well, I mean, you know, we had one of those with a 568 and a plate 2 years ago that ran 450s. You know, like I mean, shit.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know.
You know, hey, it is what it is. If that's a stepping stone to get you where you want to be, so be it. But you know,
I don't know. I just want to
Whatever.
race for a living. You know, so whatever that means. Funny car would be fucking.
yeah, it would.
Whoa, that'd be
cool.
the bomb.com right there. I can fit in a funny car. I don't think I can fit in a dragster.
No,
I don't think I can fit in a
Probably
top
not.
fuel dragster.
yeah,
You know, Leah's a lot smaller than me. I don't
Well,
think I could.
yeah, she is.
I don't.
So's Clay.
Yep.
Clay's a little guy.
He's a strong medium.
Yeah.
I don't think I just don't think I could fit.
No.
I'd have to cut one of my legs off.
Then it'd still be pretty tough. You'd have
Yes.
enough leg room.
Yeah, but I don't have any shoulder area.
No.
So we'll see. I mean, I got to walk around and get the experience and figure
Yeah.
it all out. And who knows? Maybe you'll see me out there racing with the NHRA pretty quick. I got my license.
Yeah.
I got an NHRA license.
I don't have one.
It says Pro Mod. Just
Does
saying.
it really?
I'm just saying.
Wow.
If there's anybody out there
That's cool.
that's looking for a driver, I know a guy.
Yep.
I know how to stage a turbo car
Yeah.
and a nitrous car. And
Blower car's no different than a nitrous car.
I don't know. I had to pay a lot of attention to blower cars. There's that fuel thing you got to know when to turn the fuel on, all that stuff. And I've seen them pedal it and chunk a belt. Like,
Whew.
yeah, you got to be careful. Those blower cars are fucking mean.
Yeah.
Mean.
They're cool though. Jesus.
Yeah, you got the turbo guys in between rounds. This is literally I worked on a turbo pro mod team. I can say that. Okay, a top one, the one that
Yeah.
won the race.
Yeah, we won.
And the last year's
I
champion.
mean, you can say we.
Yeah, last year's champion. I had the shirt on and shit.
I know. I
You
saw
know.
pictures. It's
They
yellow.
did make fun of me because I had to wear gloves. If I was like, man, I really would like some gloves. They don't
Do
have
they
any
have-
fingertips.
Their gloves don't have.
No, they don't
fingertips?
have fingertips.
Oh,
So they don't have gloves. I'm like, y'all ain't got no gloves? And they're like, no, what do you need gloves for? And I was like, 'cause this shit's hot as fuck. He's like, yo, I don't feel. I was like, dude, you don't have
Did
any
they laugh at
fingertips.
you?
Yeah, of course they laughed at me. I was like, yeah, but you've been doing this a long time. You don't have any
you
fingers
still need to
burnt.
punch a keyboard.
Every once in a while, I still got, my shit's got to be smooth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Nobody want them rubbing all up on them with some rough shit.
No,
You know?
I don't like that shit.
Feeling like Freddy Krueger.
Yeah.
You know? So, but I will tell you this: in between rounds, damn the other shit.
Yeah.
Just
Pulling the fucking blowers
just-
off, pulling the
just
heads off. Yeah.
damn-
Changing fucking pistons.
damn what all those guys have to do.
Yeah, it's a lot
The
of work.
nitrous and blower guys, damn that.
Yep.
We were literally sitting in lawn chairs. Like they said, I get to do the passenger side of the motor in between rounds, and I'm like, oh
Which
shit.
is what?
I don't
Change the
know.
plugs?
I don't know what that means. Like I'm thinking, do we got to fucking pull the head off and shit? 'Cause I'm not cut out for that. I don't want oil all over me, So,
You're a tuner / driver.
well, I just left home where we got oil everywhere, you
Yeah.
know? So, no, all you got to do is, I felt like they were just making me do it so that we looked busy. Because you pull the valve cover off, you pull the plugs, set the plugs up there so Petty can look at them. Pull the valve covers off. You check the lash,
Mhm.
and even if it's close, They're okay with it.
Hey, so that's how I do my deal too. That's how I do my deal.
And then Mikey, the crew guy, he has this apparatus that bolts to the head, and he can check the springs real quick. Well, most of them.
Yeah. That one looks good, so he just gets it.
I said, so you don't check all of those? And he's like, the turbo's kind of in the way. It makes it a pain in the ass. And I was like,
but all these other ones are good, so those probably are
that's
too.
that's what he's, so, dude, it was.
That's how my programs ran.
They put the fans everywhere and you get the data and put it on the charger and sit in a lawn chair. And literally, Troy Coughlin smokes Cohibas. Like,
really?
Or what? Isn't that what it is? Yeah. Yeah, he smokes those cigars. Yeah. I
I
mean,
feel
dude.
like I could have fit in with him.
I fit in real fucking well over there. We sat in lawn chairs. We smoked cigarettes. We talked about racing and stuff. And, you know, yeah. Like, it was legit. Yeah, you know, so the turbo deal is about like normal. You know, it wasn't a lot of maintenance in between rounds. It wasn't a lot of doing anything to the car. It was mainly just checking the tune-up and making sure that he was ready to go, you know.
That's cool to see that at their level, it's still that way.
Yeah, and I mean, he's got 2 full-time guys and him, which he doesn't work on the car, you know, much. And you got 2 full-time guys that do. They have their jobs. One does the motor stuff, one does the back, and if anything goes wrong, of course, they both jump in. And then you got Petty, who's the crew chief, and he does all the tuning, you know what I mean? And he picks the back half tune-ups and the shocks and all that. So, I mean, you know, it's a fairly easy operation to run when things go right. I'm sure when things go wrong, oh my God. But when I was there, things were going right, things were running smooth, and it went down fairly easy. So that part was cool. I can be a part of that. You know what I mean? But god dang, all the blower guys, they're stripping blowers and taking stuff apart and putting rods and stuff, you know. And I'm like, good Lord.
That's a lot of work.
Like dang. And
still didn't win.
They can't even turn the cars off once they start them up. Like one guy started his car and the guy next to him broke and like coasted down the track, like locked in first gear or something. This guy couldn't shut his car off because if he did, he'd have to redo everything. And I'm like asking Petty, I'm like, why didn't you shut it? I'm asking actually Chris Bell from Kinetic Shock standing there on the starting line. And I was like, how come you don't shut it off, dude? What is he doing? Why don't you shut it off? He goes, this ain't a goddamn 455 Pontiac with a couple of 88 millimeters off a Peterbilt. You can't just shut it off and sit back and wait. He's like, I'm like, why not? Like, I don't understand. He's like, cuz that's a blower deal. You got to run the fuel out of it. You got to clean it all, take the blower and do things with it. I'm like, what the, really? That's insane.
Yeah, it's out of control.
So, but it was cool. But now I'm back. I've went and seen how the other side lives their life, and who knows if I'll ever get to be a part of it. But for now, I'm I'm gonna start putting together a Craigslist ad. You know, looking for a job behind the wheel of a NHRA car. I got my license.
Craigslist is a good spot for that.
Craigslist is probably a good spot. It's a good spot for anything. You know what I mean? Everything I look for, I start with Craigslist. So put me a little, for hire ad up.
Mm-hmm.
Send them pictures of my helmet.
Yeah, and your NHRA license.
Got me an NHRA license, and I'm good to go. I don't have a driver's license, so I can't drive the rig or nothing. But,
all right. You don't want that job.
No, I don't want to drive anything.
Somebody else has that job.
No, I can fly. Like you can fly me somewhere. Yep. Get me a car. So now I'm back. Now we're right back to Street Outlaws. Right now we're right back to filming the show and street racing and doing all that. So we'll see what happens. There was a lot of fans out there that were concerned that this meant I'm done.
I saw a couple spots that you were done. You're done. You're quitting the show.
Yeah, that's what they were telling me.
No more podcasts.
Well, that was no more podcasts is probably true. I mean, goddamn, we barely get in here to do them anyway.
Yeah. But
we're in here now, damn it. We're back to our roots, back to our tens of listeners.
Exactly.
We've lost the rest of them. What else? Phantom? What else should we talk about? Phantom? Yeah. What was on the show last night?
I lost a lot.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What'd you think? Okay, so Now that we're over all
reveal
that.
of the Crow mod was last
Yeah,
night.
what did you think about the show last night?
I thought it was pretty good. I mean,
Seems
know.
like I really put that car together in a hurry.
you did. And
Yeah.
it really looked like that was the first time I had ever seen it.
It was the reveal of the Crow Mad.
I was so surprised when you dropped
You
that
were
door.
surprised.
I didn't know what was going to be on there.
No, you were surprised. The part that I like is when we're in the office and we're looking at it and we're talking about maybe going to look at it and buy it and all that. And there's a DVD in the desk that has the car on the cover
Yes.
in white already.
The Lights Out 7.
Yeah, from Lights Out 7. So, like, it's like one of those moments where it's like, are they really just now finding this car?
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
And then when we drop the trailer, bring it out of the trailer, it's already got the Lights Out 7 sticker from Radio versus the World still on
and
the
you said,
window.
I just got to get a motor and a tranny, and you can clearly see there's a Rostler
There's a
sitting in it.
Rostler tranny already in it. Yeah, you know, hey.
I felt like, there's a few times that we have to act. We did a good job.
Well, yeah, we acted.
Yeah, we acted.
We acted.
We acted like we ain't never seen it before.
we acted like I just went and picked it up.
Yep.
You
You made
still-
a
there
circle around the parking lot.
There was rubber on the fucking quarter panel.
I know,
You know what I mean?
I
Like,
know.
what do you mean? It's like it's brand new. Just brought it home from the wrap shop. Were they wrapped in the rubber? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh well. Hey. Oh well. That's what happens whenever the TV crew isn't here when we go and do stuff.
Yes.
So like when I went and bought that car and had it wrapped, nobody was around. They didn't get to film it.
Yep.
So now we got to redo it so that the fans and the people at home can see us in our natural habitats.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
There was.
That's true. There's a lot of people that asked me this weekend, did you get another car?
A lot of people asked me,
You're gonna get another
Did
car?
you get the Crow fixed yet? And I was like, no. I mean, that's not gonna happen. So
Yeah, where you been, under a rock?
yeah. Well, how's this car coming? And I was like, oh man, the Crow mod, and I'd start telling them, and they'd be like, what? Oh, you mean the Crow? And they're like, yeah. And I was like, yeah, no, there's no fixing that.
That car's done.
Yes.
But the diecast cars, you
The
can get
diecast
those.
car's cool though.
Diecast cars aren't done. We're still making these deals.
Yeah, so it really sucked watching myself lose 3 times.
You lost a bunch last night, Sean.
I lost twice and then won one, but
I'm gonna give it to
man,
you straight.
You know what? They didn't even say anything about me saying that the motor was hurt. The only way that anybody said anything about the motor being hurt was you.
Yeah,
So-
Yep. We'll leave it to your best friend to let him know the real story, right?
Man, there was a lot of smoke at the line.
Holy moly, that thing was hurt.
Yeah.
God,
I
what
seriously thought, man,
a junker.
Dave, that fucking nitrous motor ain't going to make it much longer.
Yeah, it wasn't you, it wasn't Dave.
But we did pull the motor apart after that passed, and it had a fucked up piston and ring in it. So, it's part of it.
Racing hard racing.
Yeah. It had, a couple hundred passes on it.
I can't believe my little diecast car has the Hoosier on the rear
It
tire.
does.
I mean, it's got slicks, big tires, small. I mean, it's
Yeah.
like the full. It's a little Crow.
It is.
It's a little
really
Crow.
cool.
I know the window stickers even say Outlaw 10.5 469. Like, I mean, it's a little Crow. It's a little Crow.
It's pretty cool.
A little Crow. Yeah, the legacy lives on in the little Crow.
Steady losing, man.
Yeah, you lost a lot,
I did. Number 3.
but you beat Dave.
I lost a lot, and I'm still at 3.
You beat Dave, and it's weird how Monza and Doc can win and look stupid, and you lost and looked cool.
Yeah, that's because I'm cool.
When you told Dave, "Yep, I'll race you," and then you said, "I'm not going to block the list, ever." That's not. I don't block the list.
Yeah, we knew the car was hurt.
You raced anyway.
I mean, what they didn't show was they wasn't going to try to race me that night. They just wanted to call me out.
I just think it's cool.
So,
I think it's cool that you're a hard ass and
I was like,
you're
sure.
going to race.
yeah, call me out, man. And they called me out, and I said, okay, give me about 15 minutes. We'll race tonight. I'll leave here fucking 8, or broke car, crash car, whatever. Yeah. Yeah. That was, I feel like they fucked that deal up. So, oh well, though. And it seemed like as soon as I let off the brake, though, the smoke quit.
Yeah.
That's what it looked like.
Air filled the cylinders up.
Yeah. Huh. That's pretty crazy. There was a lot of smoke. It's throwing oil everywhere. they never got a chance to fucking say anything about, yeah, I smoked the fucking tires because I oiled my lane down whenever I was racing Monza. During the burnout, it blew so much oil everywhere. Remember, we had to take a break. Like, we backed up and had to do burnouts again because it took so long. So there's oil everywhere. And remember, we had to pull the front end off the car and wipe all the oil off of everything. So I raced Monza, and then right after that, I still raced Dave.
Yeah, because you're awesome. Because you're my best friend.
Well, it was pretty stupid. But I probably...
I didn't think it was stupid. You won. You beat Dave.
I probably wouldn't have raced Dave, but you was like, man, fuck that. You're going to race him. And I was like, fuck yeah, we are.
Well, yeah, because at this point,
Kentucky was like, man, let's just put the car up.
I remember you guys were like, fuck this, we ain't racing them tonight. We've raced too much tonight. The car's hurt. We don't want to get.
We actually raced Doc twice.
And I was like, what is the point of leaving here 3 or 4? What's the difference?
Yeah. And as soon as you said that, I was fuck.
If you're not number one, I mean, if you're not number one, what's the difference in number 3 or number 4?
There was no difference.
But if you beat Dave, now that's cool.
Yes.
That's something cool, right?
Or if you fucking lose with a hurt car, everybody expected you to anyways.
I mean, what's the difference? Who cares? If you're not number 1, who gives a shit? Race until you race.
Yep.
You know?
You race until you race. Race. That's right, baby. Look, you're going to race until you race. That's right, baby. You don't score until you score. That's right, baby.
You know what the fuck I mean?
No, I know. It just reminded me of that. And what's crazy is fucking
race till you can't race no more.
We were sitting in the motel this weekend and American Pie was
Panda.
on, and I told Aiden,
Panda.
you gotta watch this. This is a killer show. And Aaron just looks at me.
Yeah,
and she's like,
it's not really for kids.
And then he goes, "You don't score until you score." And Stifler goes, "That's right, baby." A couple minutes later, I realized it wasn't for kids.
Yeah, it's not really for kids.
So we went ahead and changed it.
Not really.
I told Aaron it's on TV. Come to find out, it was on HBO.
Yeah, that's not really TV. That's not really TV.
We went ahead and turned it.
Oh, you changed it?
I changed it.
Ah.
After a little bit.
Well, man, I tell you, I left the NHRA as a winner in my yellow shirt.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like it was a good experience. And I'm driving to the airport, and I realize that I have changed in some way, shape, or form. I've changed drag racing. I really have. Like, what the fuck? Me? Somehow, I have actually made an impact on drag racing in every facet, in everything.
Mm-hmm.
The whole thing. Like, that's insane. Street racing.
Yeah.
Because of street racing, I have been able to impact drivers and crew chiefs and crewmen and team owners and sanctioning bodies and presidents and vice presidents and people with their own plane. Like, I've been able to impact those people in some way, shape, or form, whether it's negative or positive. Still yet, I have changed drag racing in some way. You know what I mean? That's just, dude, that
started out as negative.
And it might end negative. You know?
Well,
like I told them, hey, you think you want me to be a part of your little club here till you actually find out what I'm like. You know what I mean? You might be biting off a little bit here. This may not be for me, you know, I don't know. Or I may not be for y'all, you know, something. But dude, you look on fucking Facebook and you look on, you know, in like the TV shows and stuff. I mean, there I was at the NHRA, you know, rubbing elbows with rich people.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
And
they're going to let you in their club, and there's two things that's going to happen. You're going to run their club, or they're going to kick you out of their club. That's the two things. That's the only two ending results.
Which means I'm getting kicked out.
Or they're going to fuck up and let him run.
No, they're not. No, they're not going to let me run too much on that deal. They got that deal sewed up. But they are changing their ways. The NHRA, no one said that they'd ever change. No one said they'd ever look at this and everybody always says the NHRA sucks, can't figure it out, can't get their head out of their ass. But hey, they paid for me to come out to the race, to get to be a part of it, and then they gave me credentials to go anywhere the fuck I wanted. And they let me like mixed fuel on one of Don Schumacher's top fuel cars. You know what I mean? This is kind of a big deal here.
That's a long way from them getting mad at Clay Millican for us being in his pits.
That's a long way from them taking my license that I've never had.
Yeah.
A long way from them sending me a shitty letter and going, we know you ain't never had a license, but
All
if you
your other
did,
buddies who did,
but
we're
if you
taking
did, if you did have a license, we'd take it. And just for that, we're going to take all your friends' licenses, you know?
Yeah, because they took mine.
Yeah.
They showed the fuck took it.
Here's what's fucked up is y'all had licenses and they took all y'all's. I ain't never had a license. They gave me one.
Yeah.
They still ain't gave y'all's back. Fuck.
No.
Would you be willing to have a license if they gave you one?
What was that?
Somebody just spooling up a
spooled
car.
something up.
Is that what that was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. It sounded like it came from the parking lot.
No, I think it came from out back. It sounded like an NHRA Pro mod.
Might
I know
be
what they
Jeff.
sound like. I've worked on one of those teams
Might
before.
be Jeff wondering why his car's sitting out.
I used to work for an
Outside.
NHRA Pro mod team.
I know.
You know, I was on one.
I know.
I know what they sound like.
What were we talking about before somebody spooled up?
Oh yeah, would you ever try and get a license? Would you ask
Oh.
them for a license back if you know?
I had one before.
Yeah, so it's iffy right now. They put a bad taste in your mouth, and
Well-
it's iffy, right?
Well, it's not even really that. It's what do I need one for?
There you go. It's because you're street.
No. That
You are.
That ain't got nothing to do with it.
I hear you.
Whatever,
I hear you.
whatever.
My buddy's street.
hey, I had one
You
before,
guys.
and I never even fucking showed it to anybody.
Yeah, because you're
And
embarrassed.
so-
Because you're like,
I don't know.
No, I'm
it
not
hasn't
part of
kept
the
me from doing
NHRA.
anything that I want to do.
I did see a Murder Nova shirt in the stands.
Yeah?
And it was pretty neat.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was a big shirt.
Hell yeah.
It
It was
was-
a fan of mine.
It was.
He was probably between 40 and 50, and he probably worked on his own cars.
It's about 280.
Yeah, about 280. Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. Hey, that's my demo.
Yeah, he was rocking it.
Yeah.
He was rocking it.
There's probably some big Chief shirts out there. They're hard to see on 12, 13-year-old girls.
Especially when they got like they're
ponytails
cut
and stuff.
into a tank top.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
they got the bottom rolled up into a
Yeah.
knot so you
The
can see their belly
pigtails
button
fu-
ring.
the Pigtails fucking covering up their backs and stuff. Yeah.
Dick. What a dick. Fuck off, man. But yeah, I was driving back and I realized two things. I realized one thing, that I've changed the face of drag racing. I realized that. And the other thing that I realized is that New Jersey is really close to New York.
It is.
I did not know that.
It is. It's
I
like
saw
just
the-
right across the river, right?
I
Or
saw
right
the
across the fucking
I don't know.
whatever they call that.
Moat.
It's like a fucking moat.
I saw the fucking Empire State Building from the car on the
Yeah.
way to the airport, and I fucking lost my shit. And I was like, "What the fuck? That's the Empire State Building. This is, I mean, we're talking New York. Everything's in New York, right?
Mhm.
The chick,
Yeah.
the chick's in New
Talking
York.
about the big chick.
Yeah, the big chick, big
Yeah,
green chick,
the big copper chick.
green. She's green. Big green chick's there. France gave us that
She's
deal,
still
right?
fucking hanging out there.
Oh yeah, waving like a mad person out there,
Yeah.
waving like Forrest Gump out
She
there.
should have went up to the top.
I thought about it.
That would have been cool.
I thought about it. It was really tough to check in the rental car and go inside the airport and leave on an airplane for Oklahoma when I could have driven right across the moat there, or maybe it's the East River, like Run DMC talked about.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know, but I could have driven right over there and seen all of the New York stuff: Central Park, the chick, Staten Island.
Yeah.
Like New York has a lot of cool stuff. The Empire State Building is there.
I've seen the Statue of Liberty, but it was a long ways away. But I wanted to drive there, but whew, I didn't.
I almost did.
You should have.
I almost did,
We should
man.
go race there.
We're trying. We can't find any roads up there. They don't street race up there anymore. I almost did, though. I looked at that fucking all the way up to the point where I was getting on my plane. I thought, fuck it. Fuck it. I'm going. I'm just going to New York for the evening, for the night.
That's what you should have
And
done.
I'm going to party my fucking ass off. And then I'll come back and just be like, me, I missed my flight. They didn't
Yep.
have another flight till Wednesday. Ain't that some bullshit? So I just stayed at the airport. Didn't do anything.
Yep.
Stayed in.
That's it.
Slept right there. It was terrible. It was terrible.
Fucking sucked.
Fucking terrible.
Then you have all these pictures.
And then all the pictures would surface on Instagram of Chief party up at
Yeah.
the fucking Statue of Liberty, the big green chick. I mean, Central Park is there.
I know.
I'm going back.
Oh,
Plus, I
Yeah,
could
we're gonna
find
have to go back.
find the coffee shop that friends hung
Central
out
Perk.
in. Central Perk. I could find that.
Yep.
You know, maybe
Go hang out with Ross and Rachel.
maybe Phoebe's in there singing. You
Yeah.
know, Smelly
Smelly
cat.
cat or
I mean,
something.
dude, I want to go to New York, so I'm planning a trip to New York.
Let's go.
Yeah, I'm going.
My new enclosed trailer's supposed to be ready this week.
What does that mean? You're gonna take me in your enclosed?
Yeah, that means we're going to make.
I'm taking a
trip
plane to New York.
Oh,
I ain't
thought we was
driving to
gonna
New York.
I thought we was going to drive
The
and
fuck would we drive for?
so that we could go do whatever we want to do and race our cars and stuff.
Where are you gonna race? There ain't
I don't
nowhere to race up there,
Well,
man.
you're going to find us a race somewhere.
Okay, you race. I'll negotiate the race. I'm gonna get me a rental. Actually, I'm not even gonna have a car. I'm just gonna drop me off downtown.
You don't need a car.
Nope. I'm
downtown.
gonna drop me off downtown. I'm gonna do the whole. I'm gonna look at all the pigeons like Home Alone and everything. Like I'm to do the whole thing.
Home Alone too.
Yep. I even got a pair of Adidas. They're New York special edition Adidas that have the chick on the back of them.
Yeah.
Yep. I know. And I could have worn them in this weekend in New York, and I didn't because I bitched out.
Damn.
Oh, I can't believe I was that close.
I know.
Whatever. Fuck it. I party again later. But I had to come back here to you guys, to my friends.
Yeah.
My friends. My shop, my friends, my race cars here. NHNRA's not here. We got to film some TV stuff and do a podcast. This is why I did all this for you guys, for the podcast listeners.
Because it's Tuesday.
Because it's Tuesday, and this is what
You
we do
could
on
not
Tuesday.
come home on Tuesday.
There was no way I was going to miss a
No.
podcast.
No. It wasn't.
Okay, I'm going to go back and work on my car and find out who's back there spooling stuff up.
I got a lot to do to my car.
You got a lot to do. Check us out. We're going to start doing these podcasts every Tuesday.
Yeah, we're gonna. And if you're lucky, we may do a midweek special. Isn't that what he said last time? We're gonna try to get in here Thursday or Friday.
Yeah, you
and do
know,
another one.
we might. Hey, we might too. This deal's kind of taking off.
It is.
This
We got 10
podcast
listeners out there. We're gonna
podcast
keep
thing's
happy.
growing. I think we should start doing this on a weekly basis. So we're going to try and get in here every Tuesday.
Yep.
Check us out. Keep it locked right here on your Tuesday podcast station.
That's right.
Or whatever, the Chief and Shawn show.
That's right, baby.
That's right, baby. Hey, you don't score till you score. You don't race till you race.
All right, I'm out.
Yep. Deuces. Peace.